What is good, guys? Welcome back to Disorganized Depictions, where I'm giving you art business strategy tips. Today we have a really important lesson about how to become a full-time artist, how to sell your art at scale. We have a lot of valuable information we're going to be covering today, so let's get right into it. So today I'm giving you 5 tangible tips on how you can start to really become a full-time artist, start to sell your art, start to establish your name within the industry. Some of them are going to be pretty straightforward, others not so much. I'm going to dive a lot deeper into those, but let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Tip is to simply get good at your art. You'll see your art start to improve the more consistent you are, because you're going to start developing muscle memory in your hand, your wrists, your fingers, and most importantly, in your brain. Being able to set and establish a consistent workflow every day, every week, and every month will ensure that you're always at the top of your game and that your work continually starts to get better. It's also really important that you're sharing your artwork. The more you share your artwork on multiple platforms, the more eyes see your work, and you'll start to see people follow you on each platform and go from one platform and move to another. The more followers that you have that are following you on multiple channels, so say for example, you post something on your Twitter, on your Facebook, and on TikTok. If I'm following you on each platform, then I see your work more often, which means I'm more likely to buy from you, to be inspired by you, to reach out to you. It's really important that during this phase of practicing and being very consistent, that you're being very experimental and taking very experimental approaches to everything that you work with. This means experimenting with different mediums, different canvases, and different references. All sorts of things will push you to become a better artist and to be more diverse in your skills. This brings me to tip number 2, finding your style and identifying your brand as a personal brand and as an artist. I know some of you are having a hard time finding your own style in your art. If you're having trouble finding your own style, you need to simply keep creating. You need to create as much as possible. You need to take inspiration from other people. The more you create, the more things you'll start to learn about yourself. And the more you start to learn about yourself, the more things that you'll start to learn about your stylistic interests. Very basic business lesson is that branding yourself is really what separates yourself from other people. A lot of different companies sell phones, but Apple is probably the most widely known for selling phones. Why? Apple has amazing branding. Whenever you see an Apple commercial, they push the idea of simplicity but innovation. Each of Apple's commercials make you feel a very certain way. It's your job to do the same thing with your artwork and, more importantly, with your content. You can make amazing artwork, but the way you curate your art in your content, what you make videos and photos look like, can really separate you from someone else. This is anything from a backdrop to a prop to whatever it may be. Your style in your work and your branding in terms of how you present your work are really going to be what separate you from other artists. Keep in mind that people really do care about why you create, so you need to be able to tell stories with your art, and you need to be able to communicate why you create things in multiple different ways. For example, my company, Disorganized Depictions, every mural I create, every shirt I create, every art piece I create, I donate proceeds towards causes that I genuinely care about. I do this to help the community and watch it grow, and I communicate this message with my customers so they know that when they buy something from me, I'm using portions of that money to help in other places that I genuinely care about. More often than not, you're gonna find that your customers want to support you because they also believe in what you believe in. Tip number 3. If you guys can walk away with any of these tips from this video, I want you to walk away with this 3rd tip. This tip is learning how to sell your art at scale, or learning how to sell your art at a very high price. Guys, you have to understand that money is power. The more money you have, the more art you can create, and the more impact you can create in your community. Being able to make money selling your art is really important. So I want to touch on a couple different ideas here. First, I'm going to talk about selling your art at scale. Being able to sell your art at scale means that you can sell your art to a lot of people. You have a lot of demand, you have a lot of customers. In order to do this, you need to either be an expert marketer yourself or find someone who's really good at marketing to help you get in front of a bunch of people. Learning how to market yourself and your work is an essential skill as an artist. I make a lot of different videos on this channel about art marketing tips and art marketing strategies, so hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more content like that. I'll also leave a link on this video so you guys can check out some tips I have. I'm going to give you guys a quick example of selling your art at scale. So in terms of selling my art, I put my art on clothing and I sell them on my website. Depending on the piece of clothing I'm selling, I could be making anywhere from $10 to $20 profit. So looking at the numbers here, if I want to make $40,000 a year and I'm making $20 per item that I sell, I have to sell 2,000 units a year. In order to sell 2,000 units of clothing, I need to have a lot of customers coming to my website. To get 2,000 customers, I would roughly need 100,000 people visiting my website each year. And that's assuming that my website is set up correctly and actually getting people to buy from me. Now compare this to my second approach of making money selling art. Another way to make money selling your art is by selling a high ticket item. High ticket item is just a fancy term for something that has a very big price tag. When you're first starting, you're probably not going to be selling paintings for $10,000. But I have a hack and a little secret for you. Murals. This is where it's at. This is where it's at, guys. Murals are paintings that are worth thousands of dollars. Once you've built your art skills out and you found your style, get into murals as soon as you can. That means taking a cheap or even free job for your first mural, as much as I hate to say that. Being able to put a mural in your portfolio will be a huge game changer for you. Once you do a mural, it's easy to get referrals for more and more murals if your work is really good. Now let's do the math again. Say you want to make $40,000, just like we did selling shirts, but we're doing it selling murals. Let's say we price our murals at $5,000. 40,000 divided by 5,000 is 8. 8 murals. You only have to sell 8 murals a year to make $40,000, assuming that you're making $5,000 for your mural. But do you see what I'm saying? You don't have to sell as many. You can sell fewer items but still be making the same amount of money. That's why selling a high ticket item is really important. It doesn't have to be murals. It can be sculptures or paintings. The point is that you're selling a high ticket item. For those of you interested in getting into murals, I'll be posting a lot of video content on how I do my murals and how I get mural clients as well. So make sure you hit subscribe for that. All right guys, tip number 4, understanding art buyers and your customers. This is another crucial aspect to art business. Are they spending most of their time on the internet? If so, which platform are they spending most of their time on? Are they going to a lot of art shows? Are they going to a lot of art galleries? You need to find out what your customer actually likes. What do they like about you? What do they like about other artists? Why have they bought from you if they've already bought from you? How did they find you? Or how did they find other artists? These are really important questions to get answers for, guys. The more you understand your customer, the better a relationship you can have with them to keep them either coming back or to make sure that you can even get that first sale. Keep in mind, guys, that sales in general works as everything is about the customer. You ask them questions, you ask them what they care about, then they start to care about what you have to offer. This brings me to my 5th point, guys, opening the door for opportunities and continually knocking on doors for opportunities. Finding opportunities means being an active artist that is consistently going to shows, going to galleries, consistently posting on the internet, consistently shaking hands with people who are important in your industry. It also means pushing your limits and pushing your skills to make you a better artist, to push you out of your comfort zone so you can learn as much as you can. The more you can adopt a mindset of a student who is constantly looking to learn new things, the more doors will open for you because your curiosity will bring you there. For this video, guys, that's my last and final tip. I'm hoping this video has helped you guys start to critically think about different strategies that you can take in your art as a career and as a business. So now more than ever, guys, stay inspired, stay creative. See you guys next video.